So, my first question for you is, what inspired you to start your weight loss journey? And how did you feel about taking that first step with us?
Well, it started, I spent most of my life sitting in a bed in a bedroom. When people would come over, I would be in my bedroom. Everybody would visit me in my bedroom. So I didn't really go nowhere, didn't do nothing. That was my life. And when I started hearing about the surgery and stuff like that, I was like, you know what? I think this is something I could do. I think I'm ready to live life a little bit outside of the bedroom, outside of the walls. But I was really nervous,
Of
really,
course.
really nervous, to be honest with you. I actually tried 4 times for the surgery, or 3 times, sorry, and didn't go through with it until I met Pivot Weight Loss.
Wow. And why? Why
Yeah,
was that?
it was their new state try program. And all the any questions I had or anything, they answered it to where I could understand it and stuff like that. And when I did the new stripe program, it made me understand things that I didn't understand with any of the other ones because I am dyslexia. So it kind of helped me understand things to where I could. And it
Awesome.
really made a big difference on me making that big old step.
Totally. Because after you start understanding the core of everything, everything starts making sense. Your efforts, the way you choose food, and the impact that this surgery is going to have in your body and your life. Because if sometimes we start and we consider surgery because we feel uncomfortable, because we maybe have pain, like we're experiencing pain, or our
A
life,
lot.
and our life may be a little bit miserable because we feel like put aside by our family. We don't have the same energy to share with our loved ones. Like there are many reasons, but we always think, what am I doing wrong that I have this condition? And once you start learning this information, everything makes sense. Like, okay, this were maybe my mistakes. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to change. And most importantly, those changes are not impossible to make, because when we
Nope.
don't know, we think that's really hard, that we will not make it. And once you know that you can do it, well, everything starts working, right?
Right.
Great. And I wanted to ask you this, if you feel comfortable answering, of course. Why why did you decide to spend your life in your bedroom, as you mentioned, like not going out or having outside activities? Was there something specific that prevented you from doing other
It was
activities?
the walking, just the walking alone would I have really bad legs and it
Okay.
runs in my family. So with the weight being extra, it made it so much worse on my legs and my back. Like just walking from the bed to the bedroom to the bathroom, I would be like I'm like
Exhausted.
just
Mm-hmm.
gasping for air constantly, and it was just a struggle all the time. So I just rather had stayed in bed, whether all I have to do is go to the bathroom because somebody always brought my food or drinks or whatever to me. So it
Okay,
was
got it. Well, you're so brave, because after spending almost your whole life in this situation, agreeing on having a big change like this and basically starting to live, that's really brave. Congratulations.
thank you.
And tell me, now that we know this, how has your life changed since joining our program?
Well, I finally get to go out and do things. I've been river rafting. I spent 5, 6 hours on a tube down the river.
Awesome.
Yeah, I go to the lake. I'm more active, more energetic. I'm loving life and living life. And I'm gonna be 50 and I'm barely living life at 50, almost 50 years old. If I would have done this and found out about all of this when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
my life would have been so much different.
Totally. But I'm really happy to hear that now you get to experience that energy that you get once you start moving because sometimes people relate movement with weight loss only, but the reality is that movement gives you lots of benefits for your mental health, your emotional health. You feel more powerful, and besides, for your body, it's really good because you start strengthening your bones, getting some muscle. So that's fantastic. And well, let me ask you, what part of the process from consultation to surgery felt most comfortable for you in Pivot?
Well, like I said, the new tri-state the program they have now was the biggest thing for me. And the fact that if I needed anything answered, I could just call them and somebody was automatically there to help me.
Fantastic. That's great. You feel so supported all the time.
I think Pivot Weight Loss and all their program and everything made me reassure of everything's perfect. To be honest with you.
Wonderful. That's great. You know that this journey is a little bit difficult because of the changes you need to make in your life and habits before the surgery and of course after the surgery. But can you share a story about a breakthrough moment where you felt that you wouldn't be able to make it, but our team supported you to continue working hard until now?
Well, yes, because I was struggling there for a while and I was starting to get a little depressed thinking I'm not losing weight at the right pace. I'm not doing right. When I went into there to see the doctor, he told me I'm doing amazing. And I'm like, like what? Really? Like, really I am? For a minute that I was starting to get really down thinking I wasn't losing weight at the right pace. And he reassured me that I'm doing wonderful.
That's
And
fantastic.
and that just made me feel amazing.
Of course, because you require lots of bravery, and sometimes we forget to be compassionate with ourselves, our effort to make it. We forget the effort we put every day to keep on track, to try to go to the consultations, to follow instructions. That's really important. But we tend to forget that because we have in mind the goal, the end goal, and as we see that we're not getting there, we start being really hard at ourselves, right?
Yes. Oh, yes.
But that's really good that you received that encouragement. I'm really happy for that because you could make it happen. You are now
Yes.
enjoying it, and that's great.
That is the most wonderful thing in the world.
Wonderful. And so, what would you say to someone in Arizona who's curious but hesitant about starting their weight loss journey?
I hesitated so many times, like I said, and I wish I would have had somebody encourage me sooner to do this. So I would encourage anybody to do it now because it's going to be so worth it in the end on you and your life, your health, everything. Your relationship with your family, your kids, everything will change and it would be the most amazing thing. So I would not wait or hesitate. This is an amazing thing.
Great. I'm really happy to hear that because many people may think this is the easy way out, and it is
No,
not.
no, it's not. I struggled a lot but during the process of it, there was times where I was really depressed at the beginning of, the surgery after it was all done. But you learn to fight through everything. And once you learn to fight through all of that, then you'll start seeing the amazing thing that the surgery has become.
Totally. Totally. I feel you. And besides, you see how powerful you are. Because maybe before you didn't, like, you couldn't imagine how far you could go with this or for your health and for your family. I think this is a really an act of true love, right?
Yes.
Great, thank you. And well, now that you mentioned, Samantha, depression, which is very common, and we have that with us even before starting the process because we look in the mirror and maybe we don't like what we see, or we don't feel good because we are not able to do basic things that people normally do. That makes it a little bit harder because you're dealing with your mental and emotional health at the same time that you're doing this for yourself. How is your
Yes.
mental and emotional health now? How do you feel?
I feel a lot. I'm not like depressed no more. I don't try to hide from
Mm-hmm.
the world. Now I get out and enjoy the world. So my depression has went away. My anxiety has went away because now I'm ready to go everywhere and do everything. We've traveled, we've done so much, and that's what it's all about right now.
Wow, that's fantastic. Like, I have no words to say. I feel your happiness and enjoyment of life. And I'm really glad you could have your surgery and now you are experiencing this.
The most wonderful things in the world you could ever experience.
I totally agree. How you see health and wellness now?
Oh, it's different now. It's like health wise, I've noticed a lot of different things, like especially with, healthy eating wise. I've learned a lot of healthy eating wises and, you know, all of that. Um, sorry, I get a little lost sometimes.
No problem, it's okay.
Um, but overall, everything has gotten way better because of pivot weight loss.
Awesome, wonderful. How do you find balance in your nutrition and when you are sharing with your family? How do you find balance?
Well, a lot of the stuff that I eat that I've learned to make, a lot of my family as well eats. But like for my little picky eaters, we'll make something similar to like what I'm making for me. I would make for them, but similar to where it's not having like all the vegetables and stuff. Like some kids don't like certain things. But
Mm-hmm.
I've learned to balance everything out just right by just learning how to do that.
That's great. And you are actually doing something like really nice there with your family because you're sharing your habits, your knowledge when you cook, and then they will change their habits as well. It's a change for everyone.
Yes, everyone. Not just for me, but for everybody. Like my significant other, he eats just like I eat. So it's all around. Everybody's getting something out of it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that.